Legal roles and rights and duties that a company comply with. Business and human rights. According to the United Nations Guiding Principle on Business and Human Rights, the corporate responsibility to respect requires business to avoid and address any adverse human rights impact with which they are involved. It applies of all business of all size in all situations. It is an international norm of step conduct. In order to note and show that they respect human rights, business should have in place a policy commitment to respect human rights, an ongoing process of human rights due diligence and process to enable the redimension of business-related human rights. RAM's human rights due diligence needs to cover different types of adverse impact on all internationally recognized human rights. These include impact that the business causes, impact that the business contributes to, as well as impact that are directly linked to business operation, products or service to business relationship. This focus on impact in supply chains or other business relationships in an integral part of human rights due diligence. Actual and potential human rights impacts should be avoided and addressed through human rights due diligence, which includes four key steps. 1. Assessing human rights impact. There is no single right methodology for business to assess their human rights impacts. What is essential is that all human rights are taken into consideration and that human rights-based approaches is applied in the assessment. Companies may, for example, integrate human rights into environmental and social impact assessment or undertake assessment that focus exclusively in human rights, integrating and acting upon the findings. 2. Responses to the findings in the impact assessment need to be integrated to relevant policies and practice across the business, such as human resources, health and safety, security, procurement, and so ensured organizational capacity for human rights management through training and allocation of adequate time and budget is essential. 3. Tracking and monitoring responses. Tracking and monitoring the effective of response should be an ongoing process. It is important to involve affect right holders and other stakeholders. For example, by establishing a joint community company monitoring team. 4. Communicating and reporting information about due diligence process and impact should be publicly communicated in ways that are information about due diligence process and impact should be publicly communicated in ways that are accessible, provide sufficient and relevant information, and that do not pose risks to rights holders or others, such as human rights defenders, journalists, or trade units. In so effective and ongoing human rights due diligence is the practical way in which companies can ensure they respect for human rights. Thank you.